had a look at my tack welding jobs from last night in the daylight this morning. They're crap. Lesson, don't try and weld when you can't see what you're doing at all. I know the welding mask covers a lot of it, but I couldn't. That was horrible. Anyway, I was going to try and get back onto that today. The weather might hold off. However, my wife had ordered some click together flooring, like outdoor flooring tile type things for the deck, and they're available for pickup. So I've got to go and collect it down at Marsden Park. Off to do that, collect it, come back, and young Sam's got a vet appointment, so follow up from his one that he had earlier or later last year, check his blood work and all that sort of stuff. That's how my day's going. I haven't been to an IKEA store for years, and that's where I had to go to pick up these decking tiles that my wife bought, like a hardwood tile that click together so you can basically build out a raised, like a deck floor, just going over the old floor. But I tell you what, click and collect is the way to go. If you can order something online like that, paid for, they tell you it's ready for collection, you go down, you walk in the door, you give them the order number, they bring it out to you, you walk out, you put it in your car. I mean, that's by far the best way to shop. However, I remember what IKEA was like on the inside, and their car park is just as bad. It was like weaving and winding, and anyway, got the stuff, it's in the back, I'm heading back to the house. Sam's been for his checkup. Everything looks good. Just gotta wait for some blood results, and he's always a good boy. I just see what I can get on with when I get back to the house. Yep, it's raining again. Now it stopped, it's being so intermittent. I'm heading down to storage to put the box from our new TV into storage, because I don't want to chuck it out straight away just in case something happens to the TV. But I really don't want to store this giant box. So taking it down to our storage, as well as some other things that we've been meaning to put in but haven't had the chance to go down there, so doing that. Doing a few other things down in Penrith. Really wanting to get on with that lathe, the lathe stand. Haven't done anything else yet because it was raining on and off yesterday, and without a full workshop I'm not going to go, and even under that tarp I don't want to go welding in the rain. When I got back from the vet, saw another red belly black snake in our front yard. Figured it was the same one that had disappeared through into the neighbour's yard before, and so I started gingerly walking up the driveway because I knew my neighbour, who is a herpetologist and can capture the snakes safely, I knew he was home. So I'm walking gingerly up the driveway, just trying to keep an eye on it, not to bother it. And it looked bigger than I thought. And so I just sort of had another look. There was two. And one spotted me and took off into the neighbours through the fence again. I went and got my neighbour and we came down, and they weren't where they was before. But the other one had just moved up the driveway a bit, so further into my yard. And so he just had his bag, got his stuff, and picked it up into the bag, had a bit of a look around for the other one, and he said, oh, he'll probably come out. Because it was this one time that there was a patch of sun and they were warming themselves up. He's taking that one, he'll go down to the swamp area that's well down in the bush to release it. And he just said, you see the other one? Give me a bell and I'll come and get it as well. They obviously live in the area, we know that, and I don't want them harmed, but I also don't want them in my yard in case Sam's out there. So I might bark at it, annoy it, and get bit. First stop done. I like seeing the variety in the face mask. Makes my black one look boring. Yeah, back in Bunnings. Well, this turned out to be a bigger shop than anticipated. I thought I was just coming in to get some cushions. Anyway, my wife just walked me through everything one at a time, sent me pictures in my text messages, FaceTime me. It's funny. Sounds kind of stupid and petty. Just as I got back, it started to rain again, and just when I wanted to get all the stuff out of the truck, it started raining really heavy, and I got in such a pissy mood. I'm still in it. I got soaked. I think I'm just pissy because I can't get on with that. Maybe I can't get on with anything because the stuff I want to do is on the deck up here. Redo all the cup rails and the whole list of stuff I've got to do up there. And with this sort of weather, you can't really do crap. Like if I try and scrape and sand those cup rails now, they're soaked, they'll just get destroyed. And I can't work on that because I've got nowhere dry to work on it. My wife actually said to me, she said, since when do you worry about getting wet? I went out and I sat under the carport, which is still sitting on top of the trailer. And she said, well, at least it's suiting its purpose. Seems like I've been in a pissy mood for a while and tend to agree. So Sam's follow-up vet visit was good. His ultrasound was good, his liver's good. They're doing an extra blood test, but just to check on his liver. But he's such a good boy for the vet. Good boy, Sam. So it's been another day of on and off rain. Can't do much. So wife wants the table over here. Considering I've got no gravel in that side, I was considering pulling this down. I've just got to take the white gravel out, which I'll bring in the wheelbarrow, take around the side. Then I'll dismantle all this and I'm going to move the table. So that's cleared up. That's where the table will go. We've got treated pine, treated pine. The sides to this door were maple, or Moranti, Queensland maple, and a fair few bits of it. I'm going to let that plywood dry out because all the cardboard came off it really easy. And I'll move the pavers. Off you go. There's a little table and chairs out front. Got a gazebo up. Netting. Got to get some more netting to go around the other two sides. And I've got to move that, which is my sand and gravel storage. I move that because the gazebo goes over it. This is how the weather should be. Today's been a day of kind of chores because it's been sunny. Weed whacker out, thrash this area down. Got the front yard done. Around the pond we've got the mondo grass plus weeds. Got it all thrashed down up in the street and the sidewalk type area. Did the table with the gazebo. We do have, this is the first time we've set this up. I was going to use it before around in between the sheds, but it's too big because it's 3 by 3 metres by 3 metres. It does come with walls that go all the way around and just a screen ones on the front, but we'd like screen all the way around, so my wife's got that. We're going to see if she's going to get some more. All of the gravel that was in that space that I had to move, that's just in the wheelbarrow. The hollow core door, that's the top and bottom of it. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. The timber out of the hollow core door though, like I said before, is it's Moranti or Queensland maple. This bit's useless, that part's good. And that one's nice. Get rid of the little wet bit at the bottom. There was a full length one from the back of the door, plus some full length treated pine decking bits which we got from somebody else. I've used them to make things around here, including that storage for the gravel. Now I've got them back to try and do something else with, just reclaiming my reclaiming. I do need to do something with that storage thing that I've got. That's basically my sand and gravel for when I do all my concreting, and my coarse sand for when I did my screeding. So there's still a fair bit in there. I've got to find somewhere some way to relocate that where it's useful but not in the way. This is still sitting here with clamps on. We're got to redo the welds, finish welding it. But now I've got to, because it's been out here in the weather, I've got to re-grind around my tacks because it started to rust.